of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Derek Martinez. A man has been charged with escape from the Luzerne County Correctional Facility after officers say he pretended to be his half-brother. According to officials, Billy Partington was inadvertently brought down to booking on January 26 in place of his half-brother, Drake Partington, who was to be released after posting bail. Officials say Billy signed a form as Drake and put on Drake's personal belongings prior to being released. Billy had been sentenced on drug paraphernalia charges, while Drake had been charged with allegedly stabbing a man in Hanover Township. Billy has now been charged with escape after police say he knowingly misrepresented his identity in order to leave the prison. An internal investigation is currently underway. Officials say Billy Partington has not yet returned or turned himself in. The man accused of robbing a Mountaintop PNC Bank is being investigated over an elderly woman being severely beaten and hospitalized at his home on the same day, according to court records. Christopher J. Wyln is behind bars on robbery and terroristic threat charges after he allegedly robbed the PNC Bank on 125 South Mountain Boulevard at approximately 10:45 on Friday. A search warrant filed in court has uncovered that Wyln is under investigation in an assault that left 70-year-old Angela Shannon brutally beaten and bloodied. The warrant states when police entered the home, they found Shannon having sustained severe facial injuries and a large amount of blood on the floor. Shannon was taken to Geisinger Wyoming Valley Medical Center for treatment. There have currently been no charges filed in connection with the assault. Wyln is still behind bars in Luzerne County in connection with the robbery. Emergency crews were dispatched to a Dallas gas station on Tuesday following reports of a man spraying gasoline. Officials say the incident took place at the Sunoco gas station on Memorial Highway around 8 p.m. According to police, when officers arrived on the scene, a man was found spraying gas from a gas pump. No injuries have been reported, but officials say the man was transported to a hospital nearby for an evaluation. The incident is still under investigation. The scheduling of a trial for Brian Koberger is underway. Koberger has been charged with the murder of 4 University of Idaho students and their off-campus housing in November of 2022. On Friday, Koberger appeared in court and the state requested that the trial occurred during the summer months when school would not be in session. The defense agreed, but it requested that the trial occurred during the summer of 2025, so as to have time to adequately prepare for the death penalty trial. The trial date is still under consideration by the judge, and an official ruling has not yet been issued. A man has been arrested by Pocono Township Police after he reportedly sexually harassed a 17-year-old female employee. 22-year-old Christian Kent was arrested after Pocono Township Police reported to the shops at American Candle for reported sexual harassment. The female employee had reported to her store manager that a man had entered the store and asked to see items on a shelf and had been touching himself behind her back, which made her feel uneasy. An investigation was conducted and it was discovered that Kent had entered the store at approximately 6 p.m. on December 1st and had asked to be shown items. That is when Kent started taking pictures of the girl along with touching himself and exposing himself behind her back. The employee then got a manager after she became aware of the situation. The incident was caught on the store's surveillance camera footage. Kent has been charged with corruption of minors, indecent exposure, harassment, and other related charges. Kent is currently behind bars at the Monroe County Correctional Facility on $20,000 secure bail. A man has been arrested in Scranton on drug-related charges. According to the Scranton City Police Department, the arrest came after officers set up a sting in the 300 block of Meadow Avenue on Saturday evening. Officers say a man, later identified as 47-year-old Molly Junius from Philadelphia, arrived at the location where police were observing. Police say they converged on Junius after he was confirmed that he was the man attempting to steal drugs to the undercover officer. According to arrest documents, Junius saw police converging and fled the scene on foot. After a short foot chase, Junius was arrested and searched. While police were searching Junius, the release states he pushed and pulled away from officers while stating, "You're going to have to kill me." Investigators say they found Junius in possession of an ounce of methamphetamine, a packet of fentanyl, and a 1-gram bag of MDMA. Junius has been charged with 2 drug-related offenses, resisting arrest, attempting to evade arrest, and other related charges. He has been taken to the Lackawanna County Prison on a $150,000 cash bail. A banner ceremony was held at the Hazelton Area High School during halftime of the boys' basketball game. Hazelton Area is one of only 4 schools in the state to receive recognition for the Special Olympic headquarters as a 2023 National Banner Unified Champion School. Only 24 schools in the state have ever received this honor by meeting 10 national standards of excellence. Hazleton area has the first ever unified track and field and bocce teams, and many other countless achievements to promote inclusivity. We here at Wyln would like to congratulate Hazleton area on this massive achievement. Coming up on Wyln News, a man is wanted by Wilkes-Barre Township Police after he stole from Staples. Plus, the city of Wilkes-Barre issues a code blue for this upcoming weekend. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the Wyln Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
My name is Alexander Bonomo. I'm 12 years old, and tomorrow's Wyln forecast is partly cloudy.
Weather Kids is brought to you by Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton. Your health deserves a partner.
We want your child to be our Wyln Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on Wyln News and Wyln social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the Wyln News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Tune in and see all the unique places to stay and things to do in the Pocono Mountains. Watch PTN on WYLN.
Hey, it's Justin from Grand Central, and our trained sleep professionals are here to help you sleep like never before. With an extensive line of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we are sure to find you the right mattress at the right price. Free delivery and removal, interest-free financing for up to 60 months, and same or next day delivery on select models.
And don't forget, everyday low prices.
Stop in to one of our 2 locations,
Route 93 in Nescopec,
or downtown Hazleton,
and see why Northeast and Central Pennsylvania sleeps better with Grand Central.
Hello, I'm Wyln historian Chris Fulmer. Pennsylvania's communities are filled with interesting history. Come with me as we discover the people, events, industries, and other historic facets of local towns.
Welcome back to Wyln News. Police are investigating a reported theft at the Wilkes-Barre Township Staples. According to police, the suspect shown on screen entered the Staples located in the Arena Hub Plaza around 2 p.m. on January 30th. While in the store, police say the suspect selected an HP 15-inch demo laptop and fled the scene without paying for it. The item is valued at $710. Anyone with information regarding the identity of the suspect is asked to contact the Wilkes-Barre Township Police Department by calling 570-606-4791. The city of Wilkes-Barre has been issued a Code Blue designation for several evenings this week. The Code Blue is in effect for Friday, February 2nd, Saturday, February 3rd, and Sunday, February 4th. The Code Blue designation is issued when the National Weather Service forecasts temperatures below 20 degrees or snowfall amounts of over 10 inches. During the Code Blue, the Keystone Mission Innovation Center on East Union Street will serve as an emergency shelter. Guests wishing to utilize the shelter during the Code Blue are asked to enter between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. in the evening and exit by 7 a.m. the following morning. To learn more about the Code Blue program or to volunteer, you can contact the Keystone Mission at 570-871-4795, extension 404. The Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce has announced the release of the 2024 to 2026 Image Book. The biennial Image Book is published every 2 years and serves as a guide to the Hazleton region. The latest edition of the book will be the largest in the Chamber's history at 136 pages. The book will also be published online at hazletonchamber.org. The Pennsylvania Department of Conservation and Natural Resources are encouraging people to get out and exercise this winter. The department is still promoting safe practices, but also highlight the several benefits like strengthening heart health, getting vitamin D from the sun, and reducing stress levels. You can find winter recreation opportunities on their website at dcnr.pa.gov. Coming up on Freeland's News Choice, Ryan Prozic recaps local basketball action and more on Let's Talk Sports. Plus, Lisa Marie is back on Wellness Wednesday. And stay right here on WYLN. We'll be right back.
Getting to the finish line starts with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, the region's leader in sports medicine. Our specialists use the most advanced technology for faster, better results, so elite and everyday athletes can compete like champions once again. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
Third Base Luncheonette, still making memories after all these years.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing. Backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Watch PTN on WYLN.
When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call WYLN News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@wylntv.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. WYLN, we're your local network. There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 for more information. Like and follow WYLN News on Facebook for the WYLN News Midday Update, posted daily between noon and 2 p.m., powered by Lehigh Valley Health Network. When it's serious, there's only one health network with seriously innovative health institutes. Lehigh Valley Health Network, your health deserves a partner.
Welcome back to a Wednesday edition of Let's Talk Sports. As promised, we're going to do a local sports recap as the Hazleton area Cougars welcomed Crestwood area Comets last night into their gymnasium, and Hazleton area got a big victory, 68-46, as they avenged the loss from last week against Crestwood, 50-38. Joey Marshall led the way for the Cougars and all scorers with 16 points, but it was largely a team effort for Hazleton as they pushed the pace, and they had 5 players in double figures. Incredible stuff for the Cougars. They were in control of the boards, and they just controlled the pace of the game, and when you do that, you're going to win by a lot of points in any sport when you control the glass and the pace of the game and play how you want to play, like the Hazleton area Cougars did last night. They take on Wyoming Valley West tonight. Quick turnaround there away, and it is a makeup game because we had a little bit of snow here and there so far this winter. It doesn't feel too much, but it was just enough. They are 10-7 7 heading into this game against Wyoming Valley West. And I said we were talking basketball, and that is not going to change. I want to talk about a rule that was implemented, the 65-game rule. If you know what I'm talking about, you know there's a lot of controversy surrounding it. So for those that don't know, to be eligible for an award like MVP, All Defensive Team, All NBA Team, Defensive Player of the Year, you have to play 65 games out of the 82-game schedule. And obviously, this comes in response to people buying tickets from well in advance across the world, across country, birthday presents, all that kind of stuff. And say I'm not going to use him as, a metaphor for this rule because he's probably the one that goes against the most, but just because we're local, I'm going to say Joel Embiid. Say someone bought a ticket for a game across country for someone's birthday. They're a big Sixers fan. They're flying out, or they're seeing them at home because the Sixers are visiting, and they want to see Embiid play, and Embiid sits the game out for rest. That's what this rule is about. And obviously, Joel Embiid played hurt last night, so he's the exact opposite of who this rule accounts for. But it's kind of unfortunate because players like him, Tyrese Halliburton, LeBron, who's getting older, Anthony Davis, those players that miss time, Julius Randle's missing time right now, they're not going to be eligible for any of these awards, and which makes it really, I wouldn't say distasteful, but it kind of feels like it. When you hit these all-pro teams or all-NBA teams or stuff like that, you could hit accelerators in your contract. So just for these players getting injured, they're losing out on a ton of money, whether it be $1 million, $500,000 for making an all-star team or an all-NBA team or whatnot. But it seems like those contract escalators have to go if you want to keep this rule in place, because it just feels kind of dirty, honestly. I know a writer for The Ringer, fantastic site, by the way, if you haven't checked out any of their content, he took away his own vote. He said he can't be voting on this stuff when it involves contracts, which good for him. He stands by what he believes in, and I applaud him for that. But it's just one of those things where the future of the sport, people are, I wouldn't say tuning out. NFL is king by far. NBA feels like it's the two. But if you haven't followed NBA closely this season, you'll only know about a few certain things. You wouldn't know that Joel Embiid is currently going absolutely crazy right now. I mentioned Tyrese Halliburton as well. He's been a young stud for the Indiana Pacers, who just traded for Pascal Siakam. But if you don't follow basketball and you don't watch a pregame show on ESPN, you wouldn't know about any of these things, which really stinks. And maybe that's why they're trying to, implement the rule as much as they are. Although it just feels one of those things where now that Embiid's injured, he's probably done for MVP. I think he's out a month after Jonathan Kuminga fell on his leg last night against the Warriors, which the Warriors won that basketball game thanks to Stephen Curry just being Stephen Curry. There's no other way to put it. Greatest three-point shooter of all time. Absolutely went off in the fourth quarter, and obviously they didn't have Embiid and Maxey as well. So it was a struggle for the Sixers last night, but they look to get back on the road to competing. As long as Embiid's healthy for the playoffs, that's all that matters for this Sixers team. And previewing tonight a little bit, we have the Timberwolves versus the Mavericks, which this rule comes into place again because Luka Doncic is not playing in. He's a walking triple-double every time he plays, 40, 10, 15. You could throw any numbers in those next two numbers, and I wouldn't disagree with you. But he is sitting out tonight in a battle of two top teams from the Western Conference. But the NBA is forever changing. All these sports are forever changing. They're looking into moving the touchback rule in the NFL with Zay Flowers. You saw that this past weekend. Major League Baseball made those changes to speed up the games, to increase fan interaction. So all these sports will be forever changing as long as they go on. And we just have to adapt and, just keep moving on and following the sports that we love. But anyway, that's been it for this edition of Let's Talk Sports. We'll see you next time.
Getting to the finish line starts with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, the region's leader in sports medicine. Our specialists use the most advanced technology for faster, better results, so elite and everyday athletes can compete like champions once again. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Cheers Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in at 610 North Broad Street in West Hazelton, 570-454-7229. Cheers is proud to be celebrating 70 years in business.
Two Italian Guys Pizzeria, 3 West Diamond Avenue in Hazelton has all your favorites, from pizza, hoagies, salads, entrees, wings, and sides. Always made with the freshest ingredients. Call them at 570-459-2783.
High school basketball is here. Check out all the live action on WYLN TV 35, where we bring you the event, not just the highlights. Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazelton is proud to partner with WYLN to bring you all the best high school sports action. Lehigh Valley Health Network is your orthopedics and sports medicine partner.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Hey! Did you know WYLN posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. WYLN, the local leader on social media. We're your local network.
Hi, welcome to Wellness Wednesday. Last week, if you watched our Wellness Wednesday, we were talking with my good friend Eileen, who is the manager of our non-invasive cardiology department here at the hospital and the Health and Wellness Center. We were talking about the cardioversions, and we wanted to share with you another procedure that we do inpatient at the hospital as well as an outpatient at the hospital, and that is transesophageal echo. So Eileen, tell us what a TEE is.
So a transesophageal is a special echo, sometimes we call it. It's an echo done under anesthesia. So opposed to the echo that they put that ultrasound probe to your chest, doctor's actually putting the probe down your throat and looking at your heart in that way. So because it's going down your throat into your feeding tube, your esophagus, he can get really clear pictures of certain parts of your heart just because it's so close to the heart. But that is done under anesthesia, and you will not know that the probe is down your throat.
That's a good thing. Yeah, nobody wants to know that.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
So why would a doctor perform a TEE?
So there are certain structures that he sees better in that view, that transesophageal view. So checking the valves of the heart, congenital abnormalities, infection of the heart valves, tumors, blood clots, those kind of things.
So once again, as we talked last week, what should I expect as a patient? What happens? Is there, and then another thought I had was there pre-admission, like blood work or anything that you have to do before you get this procedure?
No. There's no pre-admission blood work. You would be coming in, doctor would talk to you about that. That would be scheduled through the office. Or if you're an inpatient, we would just schedule it here. But it's scheduled under anesthesia, so you're going through the short procedure unit again, planning to be here 3-4 hours from start to finish. Nothing to eat or drink after midnight, taking, your heart meds and those kind of things beforehand. Meeting with anesthesia before, and then that same procedure, taking you back, hooking you up, watching your oxygen, watching your blood pressure, those kind of things. You are put to sleep with a light anesthetic, so you're awake very quickly afterwards, but you don't know that this probe is being passed down your throat, which sounds quite uncomfortable, right? And doctor looks for probably 15 or 20 minutes, depending on what he's looking for, to make sure that he gets the pictures that he needs.
So, what's that recovery again after we have this?
So sometimes you have a sore throat, just from that probe being passed. Because you've had anesthesia, we wouldn't ask you to make any important decisions or sign any documents or drive for 24 hours. But other than that, you shouldn't feel any different.
That's wonderful. So when I get my results, when will I find out the results of the procedure and the test?
So most times doctor will talk to you right after, and let you know, and then he'll have you come in the office to follow up on an appointment.
Anything else anyone should know about this procedure?
Just that we will take very good care of you.
Again, 36 years of experience and compassion. You and your team are amazing. I see you all the time. You do a great job. Once again, trying to educate you as our audience about all the things that we can provide you right here at home. Thank you for watching Wellness Wednesday.
If you're just tuning in, here's a recap of our top stories. Emergency crews were dispatched to a Dallas gas station on Tuesday following reports of a man spraying gasoline. Officials say the incident took place at the Sunoco gas station on Memorial Highway around 8 p.m. According to police, when officers arrived on the scene, a man was found spraying gas from a gas pump. No injuries have been reported, but officials say the man was transported to a hospital nearby for an evaluation. The incident is still under investigation. The scheduling of the trial for Brian Kohberger is underway. Kohberger has been charged with the murder of 4 University of Idaho students in their off-campus housing in November of 2022. On Friday, Kohberger appeared in court and the state requested that the trial occurred during the summer months when school would not be in session. The defense agreed, but it requested that the trial occurred during the summer of 2025, so as to have time to adequately prepare for the death penalty trial. The trial date is still under consideration by the judge, and an official ruling has not yet been issued.
And that does it for the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest news and updates on our YouTube, Facebook, or at our website at wylntv.com. Stay with us for a look at the weather.
You're watching WYLN TV 35,